Can you hear me? উত্তর দেয়নি। ইয়েস, সবাই শুনতে পাচ্ছে, আশা করা যায়। এই তো শ্রেয়স বলছি ইয়েস। ওখান থেকে তো নয়। না না, হয়তো কথা শুনে একটু ফর লুপের এটা বলে দেবো, তারপর ফর লুপের যোগটা বলবো। Now, as you learn for loop, today I will ask you to do some summations using for loop. For loop, you have to write down for. Oh, you have to write down for, and then you have to initialize some variables. Suppose I is the variable here, so you initialize it, say I equal to, start from I equal to 1, say, and then this is a loop, so when you have to give the condition where loop will end. So in that case, say I want to make a sum from I equal to 1 to n. So what I put, I, how far it will do the sum, I less than equal to n, say. And then you have to each case you add something, then I increase I by 1, again add. So what you have to do here, a plus 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 I, and then you write down the what you have to do in this loop, and there is a end of loop is given by the second bracket. So this is the format of a for loop. Now if you want to make the sum, then you have to initialize a sum, and then say I will store it in a variable s. So s equal to 0, and then put I equal s equal to I, okay, I equal to 1 to n. So s equal to 0, then I equal to I plus 1. No, স্যার দরকার নেই, এখানে তো আমি ফর আমি আসলে ডু লুপ দিয়ে করবে পরে, তো s is equal to s plus 1, s plus I, and then ultimately write down the value. So what it has done, first s equal to 0, and then it put s equal to s plus I. I is first value is 1, so s is increased by 1. First was 0, so in the first loop it gets s plus I 1, 0 plus 1 is 1, and so in the memory s it is stored 1. After this I is increased by 1 here, because plus plus I means I equal to I plus 1. So it increase I by from 1 to 2, and s was 1 here, then again it add 2 to it, so it get 3, and so on. And at the end you have to write down the result. So cout, I write down cout, and you get summation up to n here, and then I write down some blank, and then value of s, and then endl. And and this is the end of the program. In the beginning, you have to write down in general case. What do you write down in the beginning? In the beginning, int main void void, and then start here, and then you have to define your variable. Here you are increasing I by I plus 1 and start I from 0, I from 1, so I is an integer. So I put here int I, so variable I is an integer, and then again if you add it, then your integer summation, so s is also an integer, so I put s is integer, and then this. Then here at the end you have to put this. So this will be the format of your program, where you have sum up, say I from 1 to s equal to 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n. So this is the format. And for loop, if you want to use for loop has three, starting with first bracket, three things was there. The variable, initialization variable, and the condition, how far the loop will continue, and then next part is the increment of the variable. So three things should be there, and within the second bracket, whatever you write, you will repeat those process up to here n times. The given according to the your condition, it will continue your loop. So this is the format of writing a for loop. Now if you write down here, you will see that you have to know s, the n, you can write from the beginning. So you can read from the console the value of n. So here what I have to do here, again, up to this, then you put here c in, and this greater than n, you can read from outside. If you want this, you will write this. So ultimately your program will look like, here you have to put one variable. So n here, set oh C++. The variable one name is n, say create template. Now I have to write down the program. And if you want to write down the program, what you will do, first you include some libraries, which means you have to include this is the oh কিন্তু আমি তো ওটাকে ইয়েটা দিয়েছি, ওদের প্রথম ফরম্যাট তো দিয়েছি। বল, কথা তো বলছি, বল শুনতে পাবে তো। হ্যাঁ, ইউজিং namespace std, you can try your program. I've given you the format, so okay. Loop. এখানটা করে দিলাম, এখানে করে দিয়েছেন, যে কোনো জায়গায় করা যায়। এইটা কোথায় দেবো জানো, এইখানে দেবো 10 দিয়ে। অর্ডার অফ আউটপুট, হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ প্রথম দিচ্ছে, প্রথমটা 0 তো। Now you can download and see the program. You go to our VPL and then you see language. You choose C++, and then number of input. Here input variable only n. So write down input number of input variable 1 and variable n. And then you can download it. You have to put n, variable n, create template, and then download from clipboard. If you download it, you can see the program. Can you see the program? Yes, sir. একজন দিলেই যথেষ্ট, সবাই 29 user now. 28. You can run the program and see whether program is running or not. If yes, let me know.
Sir, running.
Okay. So now you can use for loop. Now same program, I will see how to do it using the while loop. So like everywhere, you will write down এটা তো পেন দিয়ে লিখব, write down hatch, include general. I will not write down this thing every time. This is IOStream. IOStream. Then using namespace, space std, now I'll do the same program, that is summation of set of numbers from consecutive numbers starting from 1 to n, say. So in that case, what you have to do? First write down this. You have to construct the main routine, that is int main void Now within bracket, all this thing you have to put, that what you have to done, you have to put within second bracket. Then you have to mention the variables and what type of variable. Here I have integer, so you have int, say I say I n s. Now I runs from start from 0, so put I is equal to 0. A start from 0, so S is equal to 0. And then you have to know n. N you can read from your console. So this is C in. You read n here. And then while, this is another loop. The structure is you write down the while and then put the condition. And within the second bracket, the job you have to do repeatedly, you have to write down that. It will do when the condition do up to when the condition is satisfied. If condition is not satisfied, it will come out from the loop. So I want to make the sum from 1 to n. So it will come out when I is, it will do when I is less than equal to n. When I is, this condition is not satisfied, it will come out from the loop. So put I less than equal to n. So whenever I is less than or equal to n, this will go on the summation. So this is now I is equal to I plus 1, and then S is equal to S plus I and now you can write down the Cout, and you want to know the result for say value of n, write down first, and then you can make a gap here, and then write down S and then endl, or you can same thing, you can do backslash n, and then this is the end of the program. So what I have done, I initialize I equal to 0, S equal to 0, and then এখানে আমি equal to যদি দিই তাহলে আমার এটা দরকার হবে না, equal to দিলে এখানে একটা বেড়ে যাবে. You do write down I is less than n, not less than equal to n here. So now this summation is done. So now you know while loop, you can write down this while, give the condition, and then write down the job you have to do within the second bracket, and then afterwards you can write down Cout. Now try to write down this program, and after this you can upload it such that I can see your program. You write down this program first. Here also you have to put language C, C++. Number of input variable is 1, variable n here, and then create template and write down the program. Here in place of for loop, you have to write down while loop. Just modification is that you have to put here while loop. ভুল দিচ্ছে এখানে, এটা ইকুয়াল টু 0 ইন্ট ns, ও আইটা দিতে হবে। বস দিয়েছি 0, ক্ষেত তো বসে বসে আছে, এটা নিচে বারবার দিতে হবে না। ঠিক আছে, নাও it click to, you can see the program if you download from clipboard. See, check whether your program is running or not. If so, let me know. It is running. Done. So this is while loop, right? While, give the condition, and within the second bracket, the whatever you give the job, this will carry out your job. So another loop is there, one can use sometime, that is do while. So in that case, you start with do here, and then the second bracket, the job you have to do, say here, if you want to sum it over that, and then you write down the while, the condition. Because if you put any loop, then you have to give the condition when the program will come out from your loop. So this is a while. In this case, I am taking for the sum. So when I is less than n, so it will carry on the sum.
স্যার, হ্যাঁ বলছি, আগের প্রোগ্রামটা, ওই while-এর প্রোগ্রামটাতে আগের বারে ওই i less than equal to n কেন দিলেন না? মানে শুধু
less than দাও, less than equal to,
হ্যাঁ মানে হ্যাঁ ওটাই
ঠিক আছে।
মানে এটাই বুঝলাম না যে কেন শুধু লেস দেন দিচ্ছি।
লেস দেন দিচ্ছি কারণ আইটাকে তো আমি প্রথমে যোগ করে নিয়েছি, i ইকুয়াল টু i প্লাস, তো এস টার সাথে 1 যোগ করলো। এখন যদি তুমি লেস দেন ইকুয়াল টু করো, তাহলে কি হবে, ও যখন 11 হবে তখন বেরোবে। তো আইটা যখন 11 হলো, i প্লাস 1, তখন 11 যোগ করবে, যখন 9 তখন 10 যোগ করবে, কারণ আইটা i প্লাস 1 দিয়ে দিয়েছি ওপরে। When I is 10 here, it will add 11 here. When I is 10 here, it will add 11. So that is wrong. So in that, what I have to do? Less than n. And if you write down s is equal to s plus I, then you write I equal to I plus 1. In that case, you put I less than equal to n. Okay?
ঠিক আছে স্যার।
তুমি আইটা কখন যোগ করছো তার উপর নির্ভর করবে। আগে যোগ করে যদি এসটা যোগ করো, তাহলে এক বেশি যোগ করবে, তাই না?
হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে।
This is do while. In this case, again, you can write down the while loop. All other things are same. I equal to I plus 1. Then s is equal to s plus I. All other things are same. Here, it will check the condition after the loop. And when you put while first, then it will check the condition initially and then carry on the job. Okay, that is the difference between two loops. This is do while and other is while loop. And when you do while, after writing while I less than n, and there is a semicolon here. So this is the end of the line you have to put. Okay, because this is the after doing the job, it will come out from here. ডু while একবার চলবেই, And if you do while in the beginning, if condition is not satisfied, it will come out. But if you do while, it will run program first and then it will check. So this is the difference with while. Do while and while. You can check it and see whether you will write your program. I will not write here because it is small change for your of your first program, and then you can check, see whether your program is running or not. Mm, 31 আছে তো বোধহয় 50 কাছাকাছি বোধহয়, যারা ক্লাস করছে। I've uploaded the program. If you done it, it is okay. If not, you can download it. Any question? What is the difference between do while and while? I cannot understand. Okay. When you put while, you see, you write down the format is, you write down while. While when you write down the while, you see first you write down while and condition, and then do the job, which means that it will first check I is less than equal to n or not, and then if I is less than equal to n, it will enter in the loop. And when you write down do while here, if you write down do while, it first do the job and then check whether I is less than n or not. Okay, this is the difference between while and do while. Now you can understand? Okay. Now this program corresponds to the summation. Now you can do in this way the factorial also. So if you want to do the factorial, first I will write down, now you know do while and for. I'll write down using the for loop. So here what you have to do, like this previous case, include and then IOStream ফ্যাক্টোরিয়াল কি সাবরুটিন আছে? না, তাহলে তো দরকার নেই। না না, আমি অন্য কারণে ওই মেলাবার জন্য বলছিলাম। using namespace std int. Now you write down the main function that is here. In this case, what is the job? Job is to find out the factorial. Factorial, you have to first start from 1, say n factorial. What do? You start from 1 and then multiply 1 with 2, and then result is multiplied by 3, then it is 6, and then again multiplied by 4, so 6 into 4, and go on in this way, and you will end when n with given n. So int program should be int, and this is main void, because you do not put any argument here, so I write down void here. And then job is done within second bracket, so there is a second bracket, and then you have to put int I is a variable, and then you do the factorial n, so you put here n and store the result in some variable or some memory, and memory name, say here product. So I have a memory which is integer type, and this name of the variable is product. Then you have to multiply it, so product should be 1 here, because you are multiplying it. If a product initialization 0, this will always give you 0. So here product, for summation you can start with initialize with 0, but for product multiplication you have to initialize it equal to 1. And then for loop, cin, you have to know the value of n here. So cin, you read from the console, so cin n, then your loop will start. And I'm doing it using for loop, so for I is equal to 1, I is less than equal to 1, then you increment is 1, so plus I, and then you have to do this. What you have to do? You have a product here, so product is equal to product star, because you have to first 1 into 2, so in this way product equal to product equal to product into I. Here, because it start from 1, I equal to, I can do 2 also. So in that case, instead of 1, you can write down reduce 1 loop. So I equal to 2, I can write down this product into I. So this is factorial is done. Factorial is done. So C out. Huh? Oh, and the product is equal to 1. Oh, huh. সেটা আসছি আমি পরে সেটা আমি আসছি পরে এখন দিব না So this is the program. So what I have done here in this is I initialize it first product equal to 1 and then read the value of n here because I want to find out the factorial n. So see in n for I equal to 1 I can write down this, but I did not multiply 1 into 1. So I start from I equal to 2. And when I less than equal to n, it will carry on the multiplication, and if I is greater than n, it will come out from the loop. And each time after doing the loop, I increase I by 1. So product equal to product into I. So first it will multiply by 2, then 3, then 4, then 5 up to n, and then after doing the product, you have to write down the result. So it's a simple program like when I make the summation, I plus it, but when I make the product, I put a minus, I star it. But that is multiplication because I want to find out the factorial. But you know, factorial 0 equal to 1. So if you do that, if n equal to 0, then if you put the factorial or product equal to 1, otherwise it will carry on this job. So for here, in this position, I will again write down some decision making. How to make the decision? I put if and check whether n is equal to 0 or not. So if n not equal to 0, equal to then this, no, not equal to, first not, then equal to. So this is n not equal to 0, you carry on this job, and if that means you have to put this, carry on this job. If equal to 0, then it will not enter in the loop. So product I put it 1, so result should be 1. So factorial 0 is 1, and then if n not equal to 0, then it will come here, and I start from 2. If n is 1, again n is 1, it will not enter here. So give you value is 1, and then if n is more than 1, then it will enter here and carry on this job. So this is the program.
স্যার বলছেন if n is equal to 0 তাহলে কি রকম হচ্ছে আরেকবার বলুন স্যার।
n equal to 0, it if my decision I am making condition is that this if n not equal to 0, it will enter in the for loop. If n equal to 0, it will not enter in the for loop. So in that case, what will happen? I initialize product equal to 1, so it will write product equal to 1. Value is 1. n equal to 0, then value is 1. If not equal to 0, it will enter in the loop and carry on this job and give you the result. Okay. আমার যদি ইফটা দিয়েছি নট ইকুয়াল টু 0, তাহলে n ইকুয়াল টু 0 হলে ইফ কন্ডিশনটা স্যাটিসফাইড হচ্ছে না, না হলে সে ইফের মধ্যে ঢুকছে না বা ফর লুপের মধ্যে ঢুকবে না, তাহলে প্রোডাক্টটাকে আমি ইনিশিয়ালাইজ করেছিলাম 1 এ, সে 1 ই লিখে দেবে সে। আর যদি n নট ইকুয়াল টু 0 হয়, তাহলে ফর লুপের মধ্যে ঢুকবে এবং গুণটা করবে। ঠিক আছে? So here what I have to do, using namespace everything is there, then s is equal to 1, I equal to 1 in this, and then if I is less than equal to 1, if I less than equal to n, if I not equal to n, it will enter the loop. Here is the for loop, for I is equal to 1 or 2, 1 I লিখতে পারো, আইও লিখতে পারি, এখানে এটা দরকার হবে না। Product n using namespace s equal to 1, I is 1, n is n, OS not product. Product equal to 1, c in n, enter করেছি, if I not equal to n, bracket close করে নি, ব্র্যাকেটটা ক্লোজ করি। Five factorial is 120. I have uploaded the program. So this is the program for factorial. It is okay? To 20 R8 থেকে class. Have you class at 2:30?
Yes, sir.
Oh, then I will leave now because it is 2:20. So I leave now. Next class I will start from here. Okay? হ্যাঁ, নেক্সট ক্লাসটা কবে হবে সেটা তো পিউসের সঙ্গে কথা বলে ঠিক করব। সো আই উইল লেট ইউ নো আফটারওয়ার্ডস। পরের দিন এটাকে আমি সাবরুটিন করে চালাবো, আর তারপরে ওই এক্সপোনেনশিয়ালটা করো। সাবরুটিনটা এটার সঙ্গে এইগুলো শিখলো, সাবরুটিনটা হয়ে যাবে, প্র্যাকটিস হয়ে যাবে। তুমি শিখিয়েছো কিন্তু আর প্র্যাকটিস হবে। দু একবার না একই জিনিস দু একবার বিভিন্নভাবে না করলে, হ্যাঁ